Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about sewing with sequins. That's right, sequins, sequins, sequins. These are the pretty little things that can really attract a little bit more shine and attention on your costumes and are on one of the most iconic costume pieces of all time, which are Dorothy's ruby red slippers. But the sequins today that we're going to be talking about are the sequins on Elsa's dress. These flashy little sequins that adorn the bodice of Elsa's dress are a dream to have and a costume that became very popular overnight. So today I wanted to actually show you guys how to work with sequins, so let's jump right in. The number one tip that I'm going to give you guys straight out the gate is that before you sew any of your costume pieces together, when you're working with sequins, is you need to remove the sequins that are within your seam allowance. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going from the reverse side of my fabric of sequins, and I am just trimming off about an inch off the edge. And as you can see right here, the way that the sequins are sewn on is with a regular piece of thread and with I want to say it's like a fishing line type of thread. So it is a plastic type of thread, and the regular thread is on the back. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just coming in and removing roughly about an inch or 5/8 of an inch off of the edge of the piece. And another way that you could do this, if you don't want to actually just remove that thread, is you can cut the tip of the sequin off of the top right here, like I'm showing you, and just remove your sequin. However, I do like to remove that line because it can get kind of scratchy if it touches your skin. So basically what I'm doing is I'm actually coming through here and I'm checking the edge of my fabric to see which sequins need to be removed. And then I'm going to show you how I cut the whole line out. So what I did is I'm removing this one sequin straight down the edge of the side of my fabric in a straight line down. So basically what I'm doing is removing probably about the 5th or 6th sequin in from each row, going down the line of the side of your fabric. And you can see me using my scissors, is kind of like a second hand where I'm flipping them away. Do what you gotta do, you know? Okay, that's about enough of that. I'm gonna speed up through this part a little bit so I can actually get to the good stuff and show you what we're doing. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've made kind of like a bare line all the way down the edge, and now what I need to do is I need to remove all of my sequins to the left side of that line. So basically what I was showing you from the start of the video is you're going to take and remove the thread and those sequins by either clipping the sequins out and then clipping your thread out, or by removing the thread altogether. And then the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're also going to want to remove a row or two of sequins along the bottom of your bodice as well, or your project, whatever it is that you're working on. You're basically just going to want to remove as much sequins as you can, because you do not want to sew over the top of these with your sewing machine, or I guarantee you, just like I stated at the beginning of this will save you from serious madness. And some of these row of sequins can be removed just easily, as you can see me doing right here, where I just yank on that end of that thread. Now from the back side is where the regular thread is at, and then the thin nylon thread is in the front. And you can see this right here. I just pull on this ever so slightly, and every single one of those sequins from that line just kind of pop off. I guarantee you, if you start sewing through sequins with your sewing machine, You will break a needle. You could run the risk of ruining the tension on your machine, which can get quite costly to fix. And another big reason why is if you sew through a sequin, let's say the sequin is pointing out of the costume, and you sew through it and it gets stuck in between the seams, sequins can actually be really sharp. And if they're sticking straight out at the edge of your seam, they can eventually end up cutting you. And it's just bad costume and sewing etiquette. There are right ways and there are very wrong ways of working with all different types of fabrics. But this one, you definitely want to remove your sequins because it will save you in the long run. Now, once you get your costume sewn together, you're going to want to add sequins back into your bald spots of your fabric. And there are several ways to actually accomplish this, but I think that's a video for another time. So I'm going to leave you with a few pictures of my Elsa costume that I redid for a client of mine. And hopefully this will inspire you to work with something sparkly and shiny on your next costume. And while this might seem a little bit intimidating at first, definitely give it a shot because it can actually be quite fun in the long run. I hope you guys learned something from this, or at least enjoyed watching me fiddle around with some sequins. And if you had any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel before you leave. Follow me on all other social media. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.